If you want to learn about Stalin, study Henry VIII. If you want to learn about Mrs. Thatcher, study Henry VIII. If you want to know about Hollywood, study Henry VIII. This is Revo Abbey, and this vertiginous trench is its main latrine. It is a sad fact that whatever the sublimity and splendour of the ruins of our great abbeys, to the droves of often apathetic visitors, the monastic life only comes alive when contemplating its toilet arrangements. Oh.
Cut! You okay?
Fine.
You sounded a tad schoolmasterly, touch of the Mr. Quelches. Smile in the voice time, you know?
Yes.
Pick it up from the monastic life, okay?
The monastic life only comes alive when contemplating its toilet arrangements. Not monks stumbling down the night stairs at 3 in the morning to sing the first office of the day, or the sound of prayer and praise unceasing sent heavenwards from altar and cell. No, what fires the popular imagination is stuff from the rear daughter plopping 20 feet into the drains. God is dead. Shit lives. Wanting toilet paper, or paper of any description, the monks used to wipe their bottoms on scraps of fabric, linen, muslin, patches of tapestry even, which presumably they would then rinse and rinse again before eventually discarding them. Some of these rags survive, excavated from the drains into which they were dropped some 500 years ago and more, and here now find themselves exhibited in the Abbey Museum. The patron saint here, whose bones were buried at Revo, was Aelred, and it's conceivable that one of these ancient arsewipes was actually used by the saint, which at that time would have made it a relic, something at which credulous pilgrims would have come to gaze. But what do these modern-day pilgrims gaze at but these same ancient rags, hallowed not by saintly usage, it's true, but by time and time alone? They are old, and they have survived, and there is an increment even in excrement. So, sanitized by the years and sanctified too, they have now become relics in their own right, and more pilgrims come now to see them and these other remains than ever came in the age of faith. We are differently credulous, and our cults are not the same, but saner, wiser, more rational? I think not. Oh, sorry.
Not like you. You sure you're okay, Mr. Irwin?
Fine.
Let's take 5.
Sound familiar?
Some of it.
Meretricious, of course, but that's nothing new.
I've forgotten what meretricious means.
Eye-catching, showy, false.
But you were a good teacher.
The meretricious often are, on television particularly. Wheelchair helps, of course. Disability brings with it an assumption of sincerity. I hope they're paying you well. Whose idea was it?
I have a counsellor. She thought it would help.
What happened at Oxford?
Cambridge. It didn't work out.
I think I heard that.
All the effort went into getting there, and then I had nothing left. I thought I'd got somewhere, and then I found I had to go on. About the money, my counsellor said if I was paid for it, that would be therapeutic.
Well, I'm surprised anyone's interested. It's not much of a story.
You're a celebrity. It doesn't have to be.
And, did you write it yourself?
Yes. Well, I talked to someone from the paper.
Oh.
You come out of it very well.
And Hector?
I didn't say anything about you and Dakin.
Nothing happened between me and Dakin.
I think it did.
No, it's not true.
You used to say that wasn't important. You liked him. I wondered if you wanted to talk about it.
Why? Nothing happened.
He liked you, didn't he? Tell me, sir, I need to know.
Why? Why? Are you mic'd? You're mic'd, aren't you? Jesus. How did you come to this?
They won't print it unless you say something.
Good.
It's a chance to tell your side of the story.
There is no story.
You don't want to seem like Hector.
I wasn't like Hector. Now, fuck off. I must return to the world of Henry VIII. Suddenly seems almost cosy.
Sir, could you sign your book?
Whom shall I put it to?
Me, David.
I never called you David. I called you Posner. I'll put to Posner if that doesn't seem unfriendly. Which it is.
Sir.
Picking up after saner, wiser, more rational, I think not. Okay.
Ours is an easier faith. Where they reverenced sanctity, we reverence celebrity. They venerated strenuous piety, we venerate supine antiquity. In our catechism, old is good, older is better, ancient is best, with a bonus on archaeology because it's the closest that history comes to shopping. Whatever we tell ourselves, things matter to us more than people, not the scattering of communities or the torments of the martyrs or the putting of an end to prayer. No, what shocks us today about the dissolution is the loss of things, which, since monasticism originated in a flight from things, is something of an irony. So you could say that it was at the moment of the dissolution that the monasteries came closest to the ideals of their foundation, and that it was thanks to the villain Henry VIII that the monasteries achieved their purpose and their apotheosis.
And... cut! Lovely. Though we're still not sure about apotheosis.
It is BBC 2.